From belief to implementation. Today we are looking at the moon going from Sagittarius into Capricorn. So let's talk about what that's going to look like. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, March 4th. And so the moon starts out the day in Sagittarius, where we are focused on beliefs and ways that we might need to update or upgrade our beliefs, our viewpoint, our perspective, our way of understanding, our way of talking about something, our way of explaining it, right? So we actually have choice around that. And yesterday in my in-depth video, I shared how we are stepping into a new paradigm and how we can consciously choose our beliefs, our viewpoint, our perspective in order to align with the future we want to create, right? We don't have to shut down based on what we think or are afraid might happen from our past experience or our fears that we have internalized. And by definition, what is unfolding in the future is new and we haven't experienced it before. So we get to shape that. So today, around 1:15 Pacific time in the United States, West Coast, Los Angeles. If you are in another country, you might want to compare your time zone. But 1:15 my time, the moon goes from Sagittarius to Capricorn. So if you're on the East Coast of the United States, we're looking at late afternoon, so 4:15. And when that happens, we are going from a fire moon, Sagittarius moon, to an earth moon. And earth moons are very practical. So we shift into a focus on what needs to happen. What are the steps? What do we need to do? What do we need to put in place? How do we make this happen? So we're going from thinking about the beliefs and the viewpoint and the perspective that we need to have in order to align with the future to what it looks like to put that into practice. So again, I highly recommend yesterday's video if you missed it for in-depth look at where we are right now in our human, evolutionary process, in the collective, in the personal, what it looks like as we contemplate the meaning of Pluto in Aquarius, how we are changing, how we must change, we must evolve, and if we don't, we're going to be left behind basically. So we need to step into these new paradigms. And so with today, little old today, we have the moon shifting from Sagittarius, where we had the third quarter moon yesterday. So the moon is waning as we integrate and digest what we've been learning this moon cycle that began with the February 9th new moon in Aquarius. We're 3/4 of the way, a little bit more than 3/4 of the way through this moon cycle. So we're processing and integrating what was revealed at the Virgo full moon and what we've been working on and learning for basically the last 3 weeks. And so as the moon shifts into Capricorn, it's time to think about how we put this into practice, how we build the structure, the infrastructure. It could be as simple as planning or making out a to-do list or putting things on your calendar. It's like, what do you need to do to solidify, to put things into the tangible, into the material? So the last couple of days and for half the day today still, we're doing that Sagittarius work of choosing our beliefs, our perspective, our viewpoint. So again, if you want to know more about that, watch yesterday's video. And then we need to translate that into the practical, into the material. So getting things organized in your life that helps you clear and clean and open the space for new possibility is one way you could do that. Again, writing things out, making a plan, putting things on your calendar, thinking about, and as you create those steps, what are your to-dos, what are your ways of getting organized. As you think about that, do it from this viewpoint of possibility, of what we are shifting into. What is the new paradigm? What does the future look like, feel like, hold for you? And again, not from that place of being a victim of the future, like, what's going to happen to me, but from that place of choosing how you look at life and how you look at your life and how you look at every day as a possibility, which it is, right? Every day is filled with creative potential. So, and that doesn't mean, by the way, because I know some of you, and I know some of you will go, oh, I failed to meet my creative potential. No, it is never, ever about failure. It is always about where you are right now in the present moment and what choices are before you. So, making choices from the place of what you want to be, and that might involve letting go of some old patterns. The fire, earth, moon time is not like, it's not as emotional as the water signs. So when we move through the water moons, that's when we need to process a lot of feelings. But this is more about taking our ideas and putting them into practical steps. What does it look like? How do you move from here? What do you need to do? So that is what is showing up for today. The moon will be in Capricorn for the next couple of days. Again, that moon is going to move through Capricorn this week, and then Aquarius, and then into Pisces, where we have the new moon on Sunday. So we're moving through these later signs in the zodiac that have to do with deeper, higher principles, bigger picture ways of connecting with the world and our ideas. And again, how we put those into practice with the Capricorn sense of responsibility. How can we be responsible in the sense of responding to the problems we face, right? What can we do about it? And sometimes what we can do about it is love ourselves. That is always a great place to start. So if you don't know what else to do, love yourself. That's step one in your plan. Good Capricorn plan. And then you can figure it out from there. You never know what might shift when you just take that moment to give yourself some love. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and you can learn more about how to work with me to uncover the mysteries and secrets of your own chart, a little x-ray into your soul, a little validation of the things that you feel, and the conflicts, the challenges that show up in your life, and to see those from the bigger evolutionary picture of why is that there? How can you respond to it? How can you work through that and not against it? So that's what I do when I work with people. And you can book time with me at astrologyheals.com. Your first session is 20% off. Even if you've had a session with me in the past, it's your first session with this new website and all new systems for me. So I am learning it as we all go. And thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your patience and just for being here on this journey with me. Thanks for subscribing and all your support. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.